Hello and welcome back to another popcorn chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm going to be speaking to you about Celine Song's past lives. I knew very little about this film going into it. I hadn't even seen any trailers. All I knew that it was getting a lot of hype across the seas and was getting rave reviews from critics, so I was curious to check this out when it came to Odeon cinemas. In this film, we follow Nora and Hae Sung, who are two deeply connected childhood friends. However, Nora has to emigrate over to Canada and later to New York and leaves Hae Sung in South Korea. Decades later, they are reunited for one fateful week as they confront destiny, love, and the choices that they made with their lives. So this is Celine Song's first feature film, and my goodness, what a way to start. The cinematography, the editing, the performances that she's able to get out of these actors is amazing, and it feels like something that she's been building towards, in a really fulfilled career. But here she is at the beginning, doing a few short films prior to this, but to say this is her first feature film, I feel like we're witnessing something big here. This is definitely a slow-paced film, so if you are someone who likes this kind of movie, then you're gonna enjoy this. It takes a while to get going. Those first two acts are really quite slow, and for me, I was waiting for stuff to happen. I was waiting for characters to be motivated to do something and act on their thoughts and emotions that you could just see on their faces. However, it's in that third act when we actually get things being said, emotions sort of conveyed, but a little bit more conveyed than they were in the first two acts. The whole film is building to Nora and Hae Sung reuniting all these years later after she emigrated over to Canada. And there's all this emotion, and we're fed this kind of backstory of their childhood and this connection they've had ever since then. We've really fed that through the power of Skype calls and, just messages and thoughts of each other. And it's wanting you to sort of have those emotions. And it really does a great job at threading in those character building moments from their past and wanting you to back this relationship, whatever's going on between them. But, you're sort of on their side and wanting to see where this could go. Saying that, Nora does meet the character of Arthur and they do go on to marry each other, and he's such a lovely person, and I think that's such a really interesting thing because you are, as an audience member, rooting for Nora and Hae Sung, but however Arthur comes into the picture and he's such a nice guy and is so curious about her life and her culture, and he wants to understand that, he speaks Korean, he's really trying to be everything she needs, and he's such a lovely character. So you're very conflicted, I think, as the film progresses, and there's that sort of tension between the two men when they meet. Celine is great at doing that in this film. She leads you down one way thinking, oh, this is a great guy, oh no, this is a great guy, but Nora should do whatever she wants to do, but in this typical kind of, do I want to say love triangle? Maybe love triangle. The relationship, the situation that Nora is in leaves her to feel conflicted, and we can see why that is because we've seen her relationships with both of these guys and we are in that same sort of predicament alongside her. What really worked is the last act, and I think there's some great moments of dialogue in that film that really sort of broke my heart, I'll be honest, and a lot of it comes from Arthur, so let me read you some of my favourites. These are from moments where they're later on in the film and they're having a conversation in bed, having that sort of pillow talk, and he says to Nora, "You make my world so much bigger, and I'm wondering if I do the same for you." And then he also says, "You dream in a language I can't understand. It's like there's this whole place inside you I can't go." And when I heard that on screen, oh my goodness, my heart was breaking. You could really empathise with Arthur, and I think that comes down to the writing and the way in which it's performed from its leads. I'm sure many people will enjoy this film due to its slow pacing and its sort of dwindling romantic kind of indie film to it. However, I do think its main fault is those first two acts, trying to sort of get that pace going. It is what it is, and it's unravelling these layers very slowly, allowing you to sort of sneak a peek into this dynamic between Nora, Hae Sung, and even Arthur. And that is a massive part of the film, and for me that kind of hindered its sort of, potential in some ways, but this could really work for a lot of other people. I think I am in the minority in saying, it wasn't perfect, but I really enjoyed it, and I think the third act itself really saves this film, and I think it's what made it so powerful. I think there's a lot of things here that people can attach themselves to thematically, so I think it is a really great film, and I implore everyone to go and watch it if you're into your indie films. I think it's definitely one that you're going to enjoy. Maybe you'll cry, actually. I didn't cry, but maybe you will cry. So I'm going to give this film 3.5 stars out of 5. Thank you so much for watching this review of Past Lives. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you like a slow burn? Did this work for you? I'd be curious to hear your thoughts down below, so make sure you drop a comment and I'll make sure to check it out. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you very soon for another popcorn chat.